All right, welcome in, guys. This is going to be the first of the season, and this is going to be my first ever doing something like this. I want to do this because I am very passionate about the Ravens, and I think we're going to have a good season. And I want to do pregame and postgame every week, so 2 videos a week. Yeah, let's get right into it. First thing I wanted to touch on was the injuries going into the game. Kansas City has a couple more injuries than we do. We have 2 injuries on our side with Adisa Isaac and Rasheen Ali. And I think both of them aren't very big factors, wouldn't be very big factors in the game, even if they were healthy. So I don't mind them being out. It's really awesome to have the Ravens be healthy going into week 1, especially going against the Chiefs. Second thing I wanted to go over was keys to success. I think Derrick Henry off the screen is going to be one of our keys to success, depending on how our O-line plays. Sounds like the starting lineup right now is Daniel Falalele, Linderbaum, Ronnie Stanley, Patrick McCarry, and Andrew Voorhees. So I'm really iffy on McCarry. He's kind of a do-it-all player, plays a little bit of each one on the line. And Andrew Voorhees, it's his first season back. He got drafted not this year but last year, but he had an ACL tear at the combine. So he missed out on all of last year, which sucked because I would have loved to have him. He was a good prospect going in, but he dropped to us because of the injury. So we'll see this year. I'm hoping that he's healthy and he's able to give us a good go with Derrick Henry being in the backfield now. That's one of our keys to success. And then also just the run game with Derrick Henry. I think we could get it going. Justice Hill, popping him in there and out with Keaton Mitchell being on injury reserve. That sucks because I think him and Derrick Henry would do amazing together. But yeah, second thing, key matchups. One of the big matchups for us is, I think, Zay on McDuffie. If they put McDuffie on Zay Flowers, I think that we could have a really good time with Zay doing what he does. He's real shifty, really gets the ball done, or gets going. Especially against the Kansas City Chiefs last year, he had over 100 receiving yards and a touchdown. He had that fumble on the goal line, so let's clean it up a little bit, hopefully. But I believe in Zay, and always Lamar is always going to be a key to success as well. He's Lamar, come on. Other matchups, tight ends. I think our tight ends are going to do great this game. I think we'll have Isaiah Likely out there a lot as well. He's our backup to Mark Andrews, and I think Mark Andrews on the linebackers is a good matchup. We didn't target Andrews very much because he was coming off that injury at the end of last year, and Likely was eaten. He always eats when Andrews is down, so I think having both of them together will be a really good deal for us. He also said, I don't want to get my hopes up or anybody else's hopes up, but Likely also said that they're going to run him a little bit at receiver and pop him out a little bit. So that'll be interesting as well. I picked him up in a lot of my fantasy leagues because I think he's going to do mad well this year. Another key matchup for them, rather than us, is Travis Kelce. We dealt with Travis Kelce a lot in that game, and depending on who we put on him, I don't know how we're going to do it yet. Maybe Marlon Humphrey. That's my biggest guess to happen. So I hope that he's healthy and ready to go. Last year he kind of had a fluke season to me. I still think he's one of the top DBs in the league right now. Maybe not top, but mid top. I believe in that dude as well. Go watch the Punchline podcast. That shit's fire. Last key matchup, Bateman. Everybody's hyped on Bateman. I've never been a big fan of Bateman, and I don't know whether or not to trust Bateman, but him on their corner too, if what everybody says is true and he gets in it, routes out clean, the speed, hopefully that can be a thing. But I always saw him as like a more deep ball guy, and Lamar doesn't seem to hit deep balls very often. Pause. third thing I wanted to go over was offense and defense rundowns. Just like layer by layer and how I think we're going to play. I think running back room is an A. I think we're great in the running back room thanks to Derrick Henry. I think quarterback, obviously, you got Lamar. That's also an A going into this game. O-line, I'm going to have them at like a B minus, C plus. It's super interesting there. Like I talked about earlier, we really got to see how Voorhees plays and Patrick McCarry. All-around guy, just filling in wherever. And I'm really surprised that Rosengarten is not starting. Came out of Washington. He was our second-round pick, I believe. I really thought he was going to get the start. It sounded like in the media that he was doing great at camp. So we'll really have to see where they throw him in at when they're making their subs and stuff. That'll be interesting as well. Wide receiver room is at a B. Zay Flowers is an A for me, but I really can't trust Bateman very much. And also having Nelson Aguilar there, I think he's a great buffer guy and like a great go-to guy in the end zone. And like where he fits in, he can play, but he's not like all around like Zay. Like we can pitch to Zay, like whatever. We can use him in a bunch of different ways. Nelly's kind of a wide receiver, if that makes sense. And then hopping over to defense, D-line. I'm really hyped about the D-line this year. Namid Matabike, not Justin Matabike. He changed it now. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. But I'm hoping that he has a show-out year. His year last year was amazing. He was honestly one of the top in the league, in my opinion. And I think he'll have another crazy year. I'm going to go with like A minus, B plus at D-line because I don't know how Odafe Owe is going to play or David Ajabo. Both of them are up in the air. I mean, Owe's seemed to be amazing so far, but he kind of goes down with injury every once in a while, and Ojabo hasn't been healthy. He's been injured the last year. So we'll have to see also how he does coming off the injury. But also you got Michael Pierce in the middle, which I really like. Urban's a really fill-in guy as well. You got Van Noy on the edge, so I think we'll be fine on the D-line. To what I remember, Kansas City's O-line's really not that great. They held a lot in the playoffs that didn't get called because the refs fucking suck, or just suck some Kansas City you know what. So depending on that, we'll see. There might be some crazy holds. Pay attention to that. Linebacker room, A. I think Trenton Simpson's really breaking out of his shell. And I'm hoping that he plays like he did in the preseason. Preseason looked great. Having Roquan next to him is just going to make him look that much better. And Roquan's the reason why it's an A. I mean, you have Malik Harrison as well, who's behind them. And then I'm blanking on the fourth one. But having them two, I think, is going to be great. And Roquan is just, to me, is the top linebacker in the league. And like he says, he's top 2 and he's not number 2, in my opinion. I know Fred Warner's out there, and he's cold as well. But I think Roquan does the job as a leader, everything. He's so important to us, and I'm glad we got Roquan for sure. So linebackers, A. My bad. DB, our DB room looks amazing. I'm gonna put it at a B because there's a lot of new parts. Nate Wiggins, corner, drafted him 30th pick this year. I think he'll play great. He did great in the preseason, and he looks amazing. He was one of the top rookies coming out of preseason, and he honestly didn't play very much. He did get banged up a little bit, so I'm interested to see how that goes. He is a smaller, skinnier corner. He's pretty tall. I mean, average tall, but I mean, then you have All-Pro Kyle Hamilton, GOAT. He's one of the top safeties in the league. Again, one of those where I don't know if there's anybody better than him. That's an all-around guy. We send him on blitz. We have him in coverage. He guards tight ends really well. That might be another one to put on Kelsey over Marlon. Yeah. I know Marlon has something out to get Kelsey, but Kyle Hamilton is definitely that guy. I think he's all around, so I think he's big enough to guard a tight end. So I think if Kyle's playing great, I don't see them having much, especially with our corners, Nate Wiggins, Brandon Stevens. Brandon Stevens was locked down last year. I'm interested to see who else plays outside linebacker on that other side, opposite of Marlon. But Brandon Stevens locked down, for sure. And then safeties, Kyle Hamilton, we'll be great back there. Um, and then Marcus Williams as well. He's the safety on the other side. I think he'll do great as well. They both played well last year, and the DB room looks real great. So that's the offensive defense rundown. I wanted to say mid-video, just to let y'all know, next week's going to be more of like a edited YouTube video. I have a busy-ass week. I got to go to work in literally like 10 minutes. So I'm just trying to get through this. Just as a week one, I wanted to post it tonight before the game tomorrow. So I'm literally recording this on Wednesday. Game time tomorrow. 5 here. I'm ready for it. It's going to be crazy right after they get their rings and everything. So it's going to be wild. They're going to be ready. We're going to be ready. First game of the season, opener. Super excited. Next thing, I only got like 2-3 more things. Score prediction. Scoring/score prediction for me. I'll go with scoring first. I think Zay and Henry have a touchdown this game. I don't see why not. Zay had one against them the first time, and I think he'll do the same. I think he's going to average or be right around 80 yards and a touchdown first game coming out. Andrews and Likely, I think, will play really well, but we'll see who they get it to in the end zone. It might be Andrews or Likely or Zay. It's got to be one of them. And then I think Derek gets a touchdown as well. I only think we'll score 3 or 4 times. So depending, I don't know who those go to, but I think Henry and Zay will both have one. Scoring prediction. I haven't really thought about this too much. I think Chiefs 21. Ravens 31. That's my score prediction. Chiefs 31. Ravens 21. I think it'll be a game. I think it'll be a shootout. And I'm honestly ready for it. And obviously, next point, I have Ravens winning. The reason why, I think Derrick Henry's going to eat. I think he'll have over 100 yards passing and rushing, or receiving and rushing, I guess. And I think that we're just going to play a great game. I think we're going to start a lot hotter than they are. I think it'll take longer for them to warm up. They did play in preseason, so that worries me. What does that say? I think that we're going to take it. I'm just so confident. I don't know. It's a different year. Last year, I'm surprised we didn't make the bowl, and I thought we would have won the ship as well, given how we played against the Niners the first time. 5 interceptions, So I'm hoping that next year or this year we play like last year, but with new guys. And I think some of the areas got improved and some got weaker. The O-line is the biggest question mark for me. And not having Patrick Queen is another one that really sucks. But I think Trent Simpson sitting all of last year, playing a little bit when we were ahead, because we were never behind, only ahead when he went in. I think he had a year where he can just learn, and right behind Roquan and Patrick Queen, which I think was the best duo last year of all linebackers. Again, 49ers have great linebackers, but I think ours are better. We're better. But yeah, Ravens win. I'm hoping to get also a schedule release out where I go down the schedule and get all of them picked out. So I have Chiefs as a win, and then we'll go from there. My next video. I got to get to motherfucking work. I just really want to do something I'm passionate about and post videos that I'm passionate about. And I'm really passionate about the Ravens. As you can see, signed Ray Lewis, signed Gus Edwards jerseys. Come on. I got a pylon over here. Ray Rice, Gus Edwards signed. Come on. Super passionate about it. I'm ready for game time. Big game time. Let's go Ravens. But yeah, I'll catch y'all in the post game, and we'll see how we did. Hopefully my score prediction's correct, and I will also be doing some bets, and I will post those as well. And we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch y'all later.